Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Charity First Handicapping Challenge here live from Santa Anita Park. And we got some great guests. This is actually the last weekend of round one, and then we'll start round two next week. And a lot of people moved on. Let's see if one of our two contestants, which one will move on. Chappie, how you doing this morning?
I'm good, Georgie. Another weekend back at the Great Race Place, and everybody's getting excited, of course, because the Derby's right around the corner. And this is one of my favorite days because I have my favorite guest on today. So back to you, George. But when she's on, this is my favorite Saturday every morning when she comes on.
I gotta believe she's the most competitive contestant we've ever had on this show. She wants to win, and so Gavin, you got your work cut out for you today.
Yeah.
My guest is Gavin Gallardo. I love him. Love it more than anything. We were just talking about planning a day to go out to his restaurant, spectacular restaurant called Paul's Place. And
Paul's Place. Wait, hold on. Paul's Place by Los Alamitos.
No, it's Mission Viejo. It was owned by the same person though. Yeah.
That was my favorite joint when I was at La Salle. Every single week we ate there at least twice a week. I would go and get like huge containers of ranch dressing to go. I love that place. They need something like that up here. Like there's nothing like Paul's up here. And like sometimes I just have to make the drive down the 605 to get it because it is so good. There's something for everybody at Paul's.
I love Paul's Place.
All right, I get really gigged up about food.
Yeah, chicken fried steak is my favorite over there at Paul's Place, and that cinnamon bun, that's the best. You guys have now you didn't have it last year, but you're gonna have it this year, or you don't think so for July?
Probably not this year. Probably start again next year. So
they got a cinnamon bun eating contest, and they get people from around the country, like professional eaters that eat like 18 Cinnabons in like 3 minutes or something. It's like it's unbelievable. You got to be a part of it. It's fantastic. It's right on the way to Del Mar, and every time I go to Del Mar, I stop at Paul's Place. It is wonderful, but it's your place to beat Michelle Yu today, Gavin. That's what your place is today.
Tough assignment.
Hey, before we get into it, Tappy mentioned it. Obviously, just a couple of weeks before the Kentucky Derby, a lot of interesting things. Obviously, one of the most interesting is a concert tour is out of the Kentucky Derby. And that led to what I believe is the most interesting thing that happened. And I'm a little heartbroken is that because of that, now it looks like Rock Your World, they're going to switch Rispoli out and put in Rosario. What are your thoughts there, Chappie?
Wow, I had no idea. I wasn't even right before we went on live. I just texted Michelle, "Is concert tour out?" ? Because I wasn't sure. And then, so I did not know that Rosario. Wow, Michelle, were you aware of that part of the equation? She's muted. She's muted.
Sorry. No, I did not know that part. I have been at the farm all morning. I literally walked in the door and washed my face and sat down here. So I have not been on social media. I haven't seen any of that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's official, but you know, they broke the news on a couple of radio shows this morning, like unofficially, which in this business always means officially. And so that is Gavin. What do you think of that?
that's a bummer for Umberto. You know, it's a tough break, but I mean, not to discredit Rosario. He's a great rider. It just sucks to see someone earn their way there, get there, and you know. And concert tour, I even though he had a tough race in Arkansas, he was still one of my. I still like.
I'm sorry. Wait, tough race? What was tough about his race?
Oh no, it was just tough for him. Yeah.
Oh, you mean it sucks to lose?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because overall, he didn't have a very tough race. He just sat on the outside and just didn't do anything.
I couldn't believe I couldn't believe he couldn't go by Caddo River, honestly. So I was shocked he never went by that horse. So it was just crazy to me.
Well, they're going to wait for the Preakness for concert tour. But again, a lot of developments. And still, with 2 weeks to go, there's still going to be more developments. I mean, that's the Trail to Kentucky Derby is full of ups and downs. And Life is Good got out. Concert tour got out. Jockey switches. Still going to be one of the most interesting Kentucky Derbies. And you can watch and wager right here at Santa Anita Park. So we certainly invite you to come out that day. It should be a big day. Big day for our sister track at Gulfstream Park, as they have a mandatory payout on their pick six, and that's always a fan favorite, and a lot of wagering is expected over there, Chappie.
Yeah, should be a big day there. And like you said, so many things change now with the Derby picture, and hour to hour something else comes up. So it's very exciting time, very wide open race. I'm starting to hone in on a few horses I kind of like, but that's for another day. Michelle, real quick, you're very busy at all times, but you guys are super busy right now with the babies, right? Is that what you're doing every morning?
Yeah, we've got a ton of babies. We actually just brought a whole group to the track, and we still have 9 babies at the farm right now, 11 babies at the farm right now. So we're going to be fully loaded with tons and tons of babies for Del Mar.
Well, Georgie should be exciting today, and Michelle always brings it. So I hope Gavin's ready to roll.
That's so much pressure. Gavin, don't worry. It's so easy to beat me.
You're so fun, and you're so competitive. That's why I love having you on. And
I am competitive. I definitely.
And you speak your mind. That's for sure, which we love.
No question. All right.
I always feel bad because all these other guys come on. They're trying to be all professional. Gavin's like, being all low key, and he's smiling and answering the questions, and I'm just like jumping in and yelling random things at him. Sorry, Gavin. I don't even know you, but you probably hate me already.
Just so you know, I was always a big fan of yours. And my grandpa here, this picture, he was a big fan of yours from the HRTV days. So,
that's so nice. Now I don't want to beat him. No, just kidding. I still do. Grandpa, this one's for you.
All right. Our contestants will each have $300 in mythical money. They're going to bet $100 to win, $100 in Exacta, and $100 in daily doubles. If they turn their bankroll over to over $1,000, Karma, which is our charity, will receive an additional $500 to the amount that has been raised thus far. So they're going to be swinging for over $1,000. They're going to be swinging to try to get to round 2. Gavin, you know what you got to do. You got to beat Michelle Yu. You got to beat Michelle Yu. You got $100 to win. Where are you going?
I'm going race 1, the number 5, Nerves of Steel. I watched that last race at Golden Gate. I don't bet Golden Gate very often, but I liked that horse that day. I thought it found a good niche on the lead, so hoping it can get out there on the lead again and go wire to wire. But, tougher field today definitely than Golden Gate, so we'll see.
All right, 100 to win on Nerves of Steel comes in with nice credentials into the Peter Miller barn. Number 4, Willie the Cobbler scratched out of that race, so leaves 6 runners in race number 1. Chappie?
All right, Michelle, let's get on the board early here. What are we doing with our 100 to win and why?
All right, our $100 to win. We're going to go to race number 3, and I'm going to put it on the 2 Joe Don Looney. I think that was my pick, right? Yeah. Oh, good. I'm so glad I got that right. I'm going to pick Joe Don Looney for Steve Maiani because broke his maiden for the Calbred 50. Came back. First time Lasix last time off the bench. I thought still ran really well. Plus that was against open company type horses. I think this is going to be a good spot for him. And I think the distance is going to be a good thing. He's going to be able to sit right off some of these speed horses. I think it's going to be a good one for Steve Maiani, who has a pair in there.
All right. So Georgie, the 2 horse 5 to 2 on the morning line. Jessica Pfeiffer doing very well again at this meet, and second off the bench for Miotti. We'll take it 5 to 2. Hopefully, we'll get that price.
Joe Don Looney, it's like you mentioned many times, like on the last workout, 22nd of 23 workouts that day. So it doesn't look that encouraging, but you look at the workout reports and
Miotti. You don't work horses fast. Be worried if a horse works 58.
Yeah, exactly. But the workout reports actually like the workout. They like what they saw. So let's see what happens there. All right, let's see if we like what you see, Gavin, in the Exacta. You got $100 to work with. What are you doing?
I'm going to race 5. I'm going to use Legs Galore on top. That horse is just super fun to watch. I love watching the way she runs. She's just so quick, and 5 for 5 on the turf is tough to take on. I got her on top with Superstition and I can't even say it, Constantia underneath. I think those horses are going to be closing late. It's tough. So far, no one's got to Legs Galore, so I'm kind of seeing it that way. But we'll see how easy if Legs Galore, if someone gets out there with her. I don't know. She's kind of a tough horse to even get out close with, so hoping she can just go wire to wire again.
She certainly found a home on the turf, undefeated since she's tried the turf. And Phil D'Amato, he's winning at 135% or something like that on the turf. He's just amazing. It's just the Sultan of Saad is killing it. and hopefully we're going to be killing it in that Exacta. And over to you, Chappie.
All right, Michelle, where are we heading with our Exacta and why?
We're going to go to race number 7, the allowance race in here. And I'm going to go 2 horses. I'm going to use the 1 CC based on class, right? This filly is a multiple grade 1 winner. She's trying the allowance pose. The last time she was against allowance company, she crushed them by 4.5. So I like CC, but I'm going to box her up with the 4. Happier for Bob Baffert, who has a couple in here. And I just like the way that Happier is coming into this race. She's light on experience, and this is obviously going to be a class test for her. Even she's just going 1 allowance level up. There's a lot of fillies in here with good stakes experience. So she is going to have to improve her game. The reason I wanted to use them as a box and not a straight Exacta is just because, even though CC is the class, she is coming in here off of the layoff. And last time Mike ran her at 7 furlongs, that was a poo-poo effort. And, he said she didn't really like Churchill Down, so maybe that was just the case. But I wanted to just make sure I'm kind of backing up my boxes and take her along with a horse I think is working and coming into this race really well and Happier.
Yeah, I agree with you there. CC, obviously Michael McCarthy's always been very high on the horse, but going 7 panels and break it from the rail, the 4 could get loose on the lead. Who knows? So we'll take the box there, George, of the 1-4.
Now, George,
yes.
Now you were talking about the works in a Mayati, you're so silly. This is where you should be looking at works. Go watch CC's last work on April 10th. That is like a true bullet drill. That is like when we're doing the bullet drills on XBTV, right? That is a filly that is in the bridle, interested, finds a target, does everything on. She's training herself, lights out. That is a good work.
And to watch those good works, you can go to xbtv.com, absolutely free. It's an indispensable tool. Not only can you see the works, but you'll see great commentary from our XBTV commentators, great segments on the work. So definitely, I really encourage everybody to go to xbtv.com. It's absolutely free. And Gavin, John Petrick says that he's got $200 to win on Michelle Yu winning your next cinnamon eating contest. What do you think?
Yes.
We have to invite her to that. She's going to do well.
I love Cinnabons.
These are the best.
Do you know what I made last night? My husband found these stupid looking things online. They're called Hocus Pocus buns. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. You take a marshmallow and you dip it in melted butter and you roll it in cinnamon and sugar. And then you wrap it inside like a Pillsbury crescent roll. And then you bake it. Well, supposedly then the marshmallow disappears and melts into the crescent roll. It didn't work for me. I bit into it. There was still a marshmallow, but I got to say, I don't like marshmallows. It was super tasty and very cinnamon roll-esque. I highly recommend for a 5-minute dessert for anybody.
I'm going to be trying that.
They're so good. They are really good.
Oh, yeah. That sounds really good. I love it.
CRG. All right. Sounds good. All right. You've got a daily double to work with, and you had Legs Galore. Legs Galore in that last race. I think Juan's horse, Sadie Bluegrass, came back and won yesterday. So a key race on a great winner. I can't wait to see her running later today. You got daily double. Who are you going with?
So I'm going to race 7. I'm using the 4 Happier. Just hoping it gets loose on the lead. I do think CC is going to be a tough competitor in there. I think it's going to be a tough race. Definitely has to step up, but I like the way the horse is coming in. 2 for 2 speed horse, so I like that. And then I'm actually going against Independence Hall in the 8th race. I'm using the 2 Baffert horses, Magic on Tap, Country Grammar. It just seems to be Baffert always finds a way to win these races, these stakes out here, and I think I'm going to get a better price on those 2 than I would at Independence Hall. I feel like a lot of people are on the Independence Hall. Nothing against that horse. I feel those 2 are going to be coming in sharp, and I'm guessing one of them is probably going to go for the lead. So I like those 2 horses over Independence Hall in my double.
All right, daily double with Happier. And in that race, of course, CC is a proven commodity on a steady diet of graded stakes races. But Happier seems to be the up-and-coming one that she's got a tremendous future. Her 2 races were just sensational, and youth must be served. So hopefully Happier will get through for you. And Country Grammar coming off a respite certainly looks good for Bob Baffert. Used to be in the Chad Brown barn. And Magic on Tap certainly looked good in the comeback effort. Can't go wrong with Bob Baffert. Chappie, where are you going for you and Michelle Yu?
All right, Michelle, where are we taking us for the double?
First, I want to say that I almost was going to use that race, but I couldn't not use Royal Ship. I'm with you in like chucking out Independence Hall, but Royal Ship's last work, was it his last work? Yeah, his last work was so good. I like had to revamp everything, and I almost considered putting him on top. He looks so darn good training recently.
That's
So
a tough little race,
I
isn't it?
couldn't narrow it down to like 2 horses. I was like, I can't get beyond these 3, right? Magic on Tap, Country Grammar, and Royal Ship. So kudos to you that you were able to check someone out, but maybe you just didn't watch the work.
Yeah, no, I didn't. That's good to know though, because I'm gonna be using that horse in my pick 4 for sure. So
There you go. Okay, so for my double, I'm going to kick it off with Legs Galore because even though I think that she's so special, stands a really good chance in there. You had a lot of good reasons for Legs Galore, so I think she's the most likely winner in the race. So I'm going to use her as the first leg of my daily double. And of course, we're going to part it with a maiden 30 going a mile on the dirt because those races are just easy to win left and right. I'm going to use 2 horses in there. I'm going to use Achilles with the ultra non-suspicious drop from John Sadler. It's really not. I mean, the horse is from Running's maiden special weight. He's not good enough. There is 0 points if your horse isn't good enough to piddle around and be like, oh, let's go here and here and here and here. Put him to maiden 20 and win a darn race. That's exactly what they want to do right here. You get blinkers on first time gelding. I'm also going to use our old horse, the 7 Montpellier. When he got claimed from us, this horse was super hard luck. He was just having unlucky race after unlucky race. I thought he was totally going to win going 9 furlongs. He did not. He was just flat. And then last time out, I thought another good chance. And he got on the lead, which is, I feel like what he needs to do is just be clear. He's not super fast, but clear is good. Like, even when Jess rode him in that first 9 furlong race, I told her what to do in the paddock. My husband was so mad at me, he didn't talk to me for like 2 days. Because I was like, look, guys, I broke this horse. I know exactly what to do to get him to win, right? No one listened to me, so whatever. Last time out, he got near the front end. He ran okay, and then he's got no extra turn of foot. If you look through this race, there is like no speed in it whatsoever. We know the maiden 30s are not chugging down the stretch for you, right? I mean, they're just kind of maintaining wherever they are. If Abel wants to win this race, I think he can do this. You send the horse from the gate, okay? He's worked really good on dirt before. I know his last works for Alfredo are not as quick. We've worked this horse like in a minute flat easily. So you just got to work on it. He's just lazy, and he's big, long striding. So if Montpellier can get himself on the lead in this maiden 30, I can almost guarantee he can hold on because I know he can go the mile at this high cruising speed. So I used him and the big class dropper Achilles to back up Legs Galore. That was a really roundabout way to get there, wasn't it? Sorry.
No, that's all right. You know a lot about the 7 Montpellier. How do you pronounce that? Pillier. So Abel or Tom Knust or Alfredo, if you're listening, send the horse to the lead. We want to go wire to wire.
Well, how do you think, Michelle, how do you think Montpellier is going to do on the dirt? First time ever.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we trained him on the dirt always, right? Like, he's never even gotten to work on the grass, and we put him on the grass because he's got feet this big. They're like dinner plates, and obviously he's bred for the turf. But he always worked fine on the grass, and when we were breaking him and everything, we break him in a deep riverbed of sand. He was always on dirt, so he runs fine on grass. He's kind of built that way, like a grass horse, but I think he's going to get over the dirt just fine.
Gavin,
at this level, I would not put him in like a maiden special weight on the dirt, right? Like, level is key.
Michelle's going to be in a deep riverbed of losing because we're going to kick her butt, Gavin. So
I'm going to be up the river without a paddle.
Gavin, we got the tiebreaker, race 9, and in case you guys end up in a tie, this will be the tiebreaker. You won the rock paper scissors, not like the TikTok where you have the take a shot, you lose, you take a shot, right? But you go first. Who are you going with in race number 9 for the tiebreaker?
I'm going to go with the 11. La Vie, 3-1. Leonard Powell, Edwin on board. I figure Edwin's going to send the horse. I don't know if it'll be alone on the lead. Probably be outside of the horse that Jess Pfeiffer's on. Yeah, Sweet Sunny, exactly. It was between those two for me, so I went with Leonard Powell and Edwin, but it was definitely those two for me. So I figured I just basically almost rock paper scissors to pick that one. So. So, yeah, I'm going to go with LAV, Leonard Powell, Edwin Maldonado.
All right, La Vie, Chappie.
All right, Michelle, I don't think it's going to come down to this, but who are you taking just in case we need the tiebreaker?
Well, I guess since he took that horse, I'm stuck with Sweet Sunny. I just can't trust the Baltus class dropper Bay Witch, even though she's coming out of really good races. I wasn't in love with Sweet Sunny because she just stopped, but I guess I'll take her if he took Livy.
All right, there you have it, Georgie.
All right,
George,
so
George finally won a rock paper scissors for me. So
finally, both also eligible to scratched out of that race. And again, I think I mentioned the in race number 1 there was a scratch of Willie Cobbler,
Willie the Cobbler.
Willie the Cobbler in race number 1. All right, thank you both very, very much. We wish you the best of luck. Hopefully, you guys will do great. Before we go, Gavin, tell us again about the restaurant that used to be run by one of my best friends in the history of the world, Tommy Heller, your granddad. And I love that man. And I love you, your whole family. And tell us about the restaurant.
So we're open from 6 a.m. to 1. So we get off just in time to kind of watch that first race from here. And then we get out. So my mom runs it now. She was the one who just came in and said hi to you, George. She's taking care of my tables right now as we speak. So she's running the ship while I get back. So I thought I'd come in, brought my grandpa's picture that we have hanging on the wall.
There's Tommy right there.
So wore his hat today because when he used to race horses, his silks were the Steelers logo. So I figured I'd wear his hat, put his picture behind me, just have him here in spirit. He would have been excited to see this. I know he would have been way into it, and especially with Michelle, he would have been way cool about that. So he would have been excited.
Very cool.
At our house, it was always either TVG or HRTV. I mean, nonstop. We don't even watch other channels really. So,
Michelle, you have any final words before we let you go?
No, I got to handicap my tickets. Bye.
Okay. George, I guess
thank you
that's
both.
I gotta get my little note cards ready for today, Chappie.
Yeah, you can see Michelle, you live here on the live feed from Santa Anita, giving her insight and her handicapping skills throughout the day. Certainly join us for a great day at the Great Race Place. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Chappie?
Thanks, guys. We really appreciate it. Gavin, it was great. Michelle, I love you.
Gavin, you're awesome. Have a great day.
thank you too, Michelle.
Bye, Chappie. George.